Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So we are back on the test server today because, like I promised a few days back, I want to show a little bit more stuff on Skorid, see what he can actually do. So Skorid, the half spawn, obviously honestly, he's kind of a controversial champion. Like, some people say he's pretty good, others say he's pretty bad, other people say they want to go for him, other people do not. So I'm just gonna, I'm one of the ones that actually is going for him because of the fact that I mentioned in previous videos. His kit, okay, he's just straight up damage dealer, but his kit is not that bad, and the damage that he does either is not that bad. If you're somebody that's completely endgame, you already beat every area in the game, if you already have the top DPS champions for Hydra, then he's gonna be completely useless for you. However, if you're somebody that still is pushing through the game, still like in the mid game, maybe something like that, there might be some areas where you could use them. And what I'm gonna show today is actually a 3-man team using Skorid to be able to farm Spider 10 hard, which basically would allow you to use would allow you to bring 2 full champions whenever you do Spider 10 hard, okay? So another reason why, like I keep mentioning this, I might be wrong, but it might happen. Another reason why it might be interesting is we haven't gotten the faction unity champion for Demon Spawn yet, so that one might be interesting. That might be an interesting one paired with Skorid, especially for the sake of stuff like Hydra, okay? The reason why I'm saying that is, as an example, one of the videos that I'm going to prepare possibly for tomorrow or the next day is a video on me showing my Legate Theox, which is an insane damage dealer. He's definitely a lot better than Skorid, but do keep in mind Legate is the faction unity champ. However, I wanted to show like what the nice pairing of Legate plus like, three other Lizardman can do. And then I'm trying to think, looking into the future, what's Skorid gonna look in a team for Hydra if we have like a really strong faction unity champ? Because as an example, you can have Skorid himself, you can have a Duchess, the faction unity one, and then you just need to bring a third champion for that team to like try and make a Hydra. And if that faction unity champ is going to be a good one. So we have options like Sisia, we do have the option of bringing even a Countess Lex that does AoE decrease speed and resets the cooldown of one skill. You could bring a Wither, Prince Kaimar for some resets. What else do we have in here? Let's see, maybe some of the epics, like, if you're really desperate for a block buffs, you can bring somebody like a Umbral, just lock out her A3 and just use her A2. So, there's options, but I guess let's go to the spiders and let's see exactly what team I'm talking about. So if you go over to Spider 10 Hard, this is the team that I'm talking about. This is the 3-man team that I used, and it's basically Mistrala, which everybody can get. It's Gnut, there used to be a fusion, right, recently, or if you're lucky enough to pull one, and then you just use Skorid. And the way that this one works is pretty straightforward. He's gonna do his 2 AoEs, because this one becomes an AoE if you bring a Hex champion, and then he does this one, and then you're pretty good to go. Obviously, you could replace Mistrala with somebody like an Akemtum, but the reason why Mistrala is a little bit better from my point of view is because she brings those right buffs that allow us to be able to take a few hits from the boss. So let me show you exactly how this one goes. It's pretty straightforward. It's like, I think, 25 seconds run, 7 turns, and that's about it. So we have Gnu going first. He does that triple hitter and max HP. Mistrala does the hexes. Then Skorid comes with A2, destroys everything. And then rinse and repeat, she does the cleanse. This is another reason why actually Mistrala, and it will not necessarily work as well with Akemtum, is because Skorid does get put to sleep, okay, by the bosses doing that first skill that depletes the turn meter. Basically, if it depletes the turn meter, puts you to sleep. So Mistrala comes in clutch there because she opens with a Hex skill, and then when she comes back around, she does the cleanse. You do see that she jumps in front of everybody, and that's because she does not get her turn meter pushed back by the boss's skill because she has high enough resist. Obviously, even if that happens, doesn't matter because Gnut can go. As long as she goes before Skorid, this is always gonna be, like, you can see the damage that we do. This is gonna be always 100%. A 25-second run is gonna be a 7-turn run. Like, there's nothing that can happen. Even if we have like 2 or 3 hexes resisted over here, I even had a round when I had 1 hex resisted, it still goes well because the damage that we do from Gnut's A3 with an enemy max HP plus the hexes that explode on the boss, it's still gonna be enough. We see again A2 from him and then A3 from Skorid, and that's it. I mean, this is a pretty fun team. You know what? If you're somebody who's trying to push the game and you have something like this might be a let's just watch this again, then I can show you the presets. They're pretty straightforward. He goes first, does the A3, then the next one's gonna be Mistral. You do want Node to go first because you want the hexes to land on as many as possible. You know, you want the last ones at the back to drop, and then only after that Skorid does the A2 to clear the first wave. Then we get again the AoE hit that drops Weaken. Even if Weaken doesn't land on the boss, he still kills them because all the hexes that he places, boom, pretty much kills everything. So that's a pretty fun one. Now let's look at the presets like I mentioned. So Mistral open with the A2, then priority the A3. Gnut priority the A3, he just does that, and obviously after he's gonna do the A2. Skorid open with the A2, which is gonna do the AoE hit because Mistral already places the hexes. Then he comes back around and he does the A3, which is the AoE hit and the hex. Now let's have a look at the builds that we have over here. So he is running a 6-piece Merciless plus a 2-piece Cruel. Then he is fully skilled up, and in Masteries he's running Helm Smasher. Obviously, if you're gonna try with War Master might make it a little bit easier because the Helm Smasher is 50-50, whereas War Master, it's a 60% chance to land that War Master damage, which should make it a lot easier to kill the Spiderlings with the A2 or with the A3. And honestly, with the amount of damage that we have, considering that we have Mistral as well that does some damage when she does her hit, and him doing the AoE hit plus the hex, I don't think you necessarily need a strong Merciless build. I'm quite sure you work with Lethal, it will work with Savage, because we have plenty of damage from him and from Mistrala to do most of it. Like if Mistrala went before Gnut, for example, Gnut would take out the Spiderling, so you kind of want to have this exact rotation. Now Mistrala, she's in a whatever build, she's in a Damage Guardian build that I had for Hydra a while back. Just, you know, I could do more crit damage, you can try and do more crit damage, but you don't really need it. She's just in there to land the hex AoE the first turn, and then after that do the cleansing. She's obviously fully skilled, and then she does have War Master. And then when we're talking about Gnut, let's see. These are his masters. Draenslayer, he's running Lethal, and he is at 277. That's a lot, you know, that's a lot of speed. You don't need that. You just need him to be 1 speed faster than Mistrala, so he goes before Mistrala with that A3. You don't really care about his accuracy, honestly, because you saw that, you know, we killed the boss. Even if the Wicked didn't land, the boss had just a little bit of HP in there, and obviously he's fully skilled up as well. And again, don't really care about Awakening for him, and it's pretty straightforward. Honestly, again, I'm 100% sure that this would run even without his Awakening, with Skorid's Awakening. But like I mentioned in the past, I think there's a pretty strong, you know, there's a pretty high chance we're gonna get a Path event or a Titan event for Skorid the Halfspawn to get his Awakening. So obviously if you're gonna go with that, I would go with Nature's Wrath, because he obviously places debuffs on the A3, so that's gonna give him up to 15% more damage for any other area of the game. If you're just you know, if you don't want to go with this and you're just scared for some other stuff, I guess, I don't know, you could go with Phantom Touch, you could go with Heaven Cast if you're gonna have more buffs. But again, considering he places debuffs, this one gives him more damage potential, up to 15%. Right, this one gives him up to 15% compared to Heaven Cast, that it's pretty much reliant on how many buffs you have. And I think that one goes up to about the same. I'm just trying to click the right one. Yeah, so this one would go the same to 15%, but it's hard to have 10 buffs on at the same time, you know. So yes, this is pretty much gonna be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this is you know, this gives you another idea of where you could use Skorid if you do decide to do this fusion. And again, it doesn't have to be like the strongest build that I show you. It can work on lower one. It just, I didn't go and regear all of it because you know, it works pretty easy. The hex brings more damage, the War Masters from Mistrala, so it can be pretty easily done, and it's fun to see a 3-man team using this fusion for the hardest stage of Spider. But anyway, this is gonna be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and then see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.